Hey guys, remember in the last video I was talking about how we were using the sprue putty that we made based off of the video from the miniature hobbyist to make our own great unclean one? Well, this is the update video. As you can see, we have this Nurgle theme going on the table. I made the shirt myself, by the way, at the shop where I work. And as to the update, the big boy is finally done. The whole thing, except for these two feet up here, and the chains, because that's jewelry chain. Everything else is made out of the magic jar, which is just sprue and acetone. But there is my finally finished great unclean one. I know I painted it kind of cartoony looking, but, well, I'm not really particularly great at painting minis. Sometimes I overcolor or whatever. I don't really have a strong background in miniature painting or whatever, but oh well. At least he is what I wanted. I wanted to have a great unclean one, and I made him. But now that he's done, and I have the funniest patrol detachment of just 4 Nurglings, 1 Demon Prince, and 1 Great Unclean one, I started going through the codex, because I play demons, but I play Slaanesh demons, and I figured, hey, why not check what else I can make out of the magic jar? And after thinking, I read up these guys. Those are the Beasts of Nurgle. And the funny thing is that in the description, it talks about them being kind of like dogs. They're really playful, really dim-witted dogs. They don't think of their victims as victims. They think of their victims as like playmates or toys or what have you. So, picture, they look like giant slugs with tentacles and whatever. And if we go to the showcase page, this is kind of what they're supposed to look like. This is only one. There's 3 builds on the actual mini, but this is what one basically looked like. But using this plastic and this foam, which is the same one that I used for him, just, trim it down to a smaller piece, and stuff from the magic jar, we end up with a little guy, something kind of like this. Granted, I know his feet are on the floor and not sticking out like the original model, but I'd like to think he's pretty close. I mean, he does have one eye. His tongue's hanging out, and I give him all that weird, warpy-looking slug build. He has tentacles. Tentacles are a pain in the neck to make. Usually what I do is that I take the putty and I roll it out thin, and I lay it flat on a surface to let it dry overnight, or a day and a half, just to make sure that the center gets cured, because this stuff actually stays kind of soft in the middle. It dries from the outside in, so yeah. But after that, we're left with these guys, and we use these guys to make this. I wonder just how far I can get with the magic jar, because getting away with this one was okay. And again, a great unclean one is a big model, so it was kind of hard to mess up. Having big, bulky arms and big, swollen body to work with was kind of easy. The biggest problem was that the stuff in the jar actually dissolves this foam to an extent that makes it soft. So you have to coat it and then leave it overnight or a day or two so that the putty hardens around the foam. But yeah, we did end up with a pretty half-decent great unclean one. if I can get away with making a couple of these guys, then I'm going to have a bigger force. Then I have no clue what to do next. Well, that's the update. See you guys next time.